the chats. We always appreciate it, guys, however you want to do it. Let's get right into it, babe. What is the first topic of the day? And don't forget those yellow lines. Don't read that.
From Ringside News, professional wrestler Tiffany Stratton, who made her debut in WWE in 2021 and has been gaining attention for her in-ring skills and charisma, is now facing backlash for a video in which she appears to direct a racist comment towards newly signed Jade Cargill, who just recently debuted in 2023. Tiffany Stratton is receiving backlash from fans and fellow wrestlers in regard to the issue of racism in professional wrestling and the impact it can have on the industry as a whole. So, babe, what happened?
Well, it's very interesting, guys. And if you guys know a lot about a little about a lot of things, that's what's going on in this topic, this main topic. Let us know what your thoughts are and share any updates that you might have, because I don't know everything. But from what I could piece together from TikTok, Instagram, and everything. So Tiffany Stratton is an up-and-coming rising star. Been in a lot of matches that has excelled her to becoming a fan favorite. She's like a Barbie doll type of, maybe a Karen-ish type of person, but she has the skills to back it up. Not just not just one of those old school WWE look at me like bikini bimbo type things. No, all the women in the WWE, you take them seriously, especially they have the skills, and she has the skills. But let's be honest, if this was the 90s, we know what Vince would be doing with this, like, bikini contests and stuff. But anyway, so Jade Cargill, who is the latest WWE women's wrestler to come in, and I mean a very sought after rising star in the business. Tiffany put a Instagram post out directed towards her. It was a video of her like sucker punching Jade in the ring in one of their matches, but she used a sound, like a TikTok sound or an Instagram sound of I believe it was two black women talking, but she used the sound of a black woman calling another woman a black bitch, and perfectly synced with the sucker punch, as if it was her saying that to Tiffany. I mean to Jade Cargill, and being a white woman, calling another. Now everybody's in the comments saying the same thing. She didn't technically say it. She wasn't the one who said it. It was a sound of a black woman using it and things like that.
People choose sounds for a reason.
Right.
So
now you see a lot of people online, especially on Instagram and on TikTok, especially playing devil's advocate. And guys, if you've seen this in the chats, chime in. Let me know what you guys have seen and how you feel personally about it. But you'll see people going, she didn't say it to her. She was obviously joking, or she was obviously just, it wasn't about race or anything like that. She was just. And I posted something on our TikTok account, on the T3 Media Studios account, that's gotten over like 25,000 views so far, and a lot of comments on it. I should probably pull it up and read some of it. But my point was this: either Tiffany Stratton has to choose who she wants to be. Now, this is what she's going to do. From what I can tell, she's just going to ignore it. She's just going to let it blow over. She's just going to pretend like it didn't happen. For all we know, she probably called or went straight up to Jade and said, my bad. I am so sorry. I was just trying to be hip. She's done a lot of TikTok videos with a lot of other female wrestlers, especially the ones of color, doing their thing, being cool and with each other and stuff. So people are going to use that as excuses, like, see, she's not racist. She likes to hang with Samoans, and she likes to hang out with the black. I said it like this: either you meant it, you knew what the history behind it is, the power dynamic in this history in this country with it is, and you did it on purpose, or B, you were ignorant of it. You really didn't mean anything bad by it, and you were just so or what's the word I'm looking for, beetlehead about it, that you just didn't understand the gravity of it. But I'm sorry, either way, you're dangerous no matter what. Back in the day, I used to have a coworker back when I was working in Iraq. There was a white woman, and she seemed like she was a nice person, but she seemed kind of simple, like not simple like there was anything wrong with her or anything mentally, but she was just like kind of like a go with the flow, didn't really know the girl. And one day, like I was driving her back to her side of the base, because this is a military base when I worked in. And we were talking about, I forgot what we were talking about. And I was like, all right, later, man. I'll see you later. And for some reason, she went, all right, buckwheat, talk to you later. And she really didn't know. She heard maybe a person saying it, maybe a black person saying it, or maybe so she just got to watching Dave Chappelle. I don't know. I knew where it came from. I remember it being said sometime, this was the mid-2000s. I remember it being said, maybe it was Chappelle show, I don't know. But I could tell in the moment, in like micro time, like super speed time, I could calculate where she heard it from, why she was saying it. She was trying to be hip and just thinking that she could say something that she didn't know that she could not say to me. And I checked her right there on the spot. Don't do that. And I called her out on it. She, deer in the headlights, really didn't get it. And I told another black friend of mine about it just to see if how bad if I should do anything above it. And he was all like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, right. I'm not crazy, right? Like, but we both realized, like, dude, you can tell that she's a nice person. She probably is raised around a bunch of people that don't know how to talk to black people. We're probably like the first couple of black people that she really interact with. And they say all the time that we don't know what type of people we are to her in her imagination. That's what a lot of people say the most dangerous place a black man can be in is in the imaginations of some people, certain types of people. But we did equally agree that even though she didn't think she meant anything racist or bad by it, it doesn't excuse the fact that it was still as dangerous. Like, your ignorance to it don't mean that that's a good thing.
The problem is in this day and age, because I think we've all, and I'm not necessarily talking about racism, just in general speaking, we've all said something and didn't realize what we were saying or whatever, and then somebody goes,
they try to inform you, and
then you go, oh crap, I didn't even realize.
You have a choice to either to learn from it or to double down.
In the old days, it would be easy, believable for someone to be like, oh my, I'm so sorry. Like, it didn't click. Now that someone's pointed it out, I feel horrible. I am so sorry. I would have not done that, whatever. But now, in this age, we see it constantly. People just saying, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, let me go on air and apologize. Hey, I'm sorry.
Right.
I didn't mean that. It was an accident. Cry, a few tears. And people don't know anymore. I don't know if that was genuine. I don't know if that was just an act because they don't want to be in trouble with people. They don't want to get canceled. Right. So nowadays it's hard to tell. Before you could genuinely go, oh yeah, they apologize. You didn't get it that often, so you would be like, yeah, that they meant that they're serious. Yeah. Now it's like,
what is it that you say from Power? That line you say that shit that she said she meant. She meant that shit. Yeah, she meant that shit. But I mean, you know what? I'll give it that cover that a lot of people didn't. You see this it's and black people online are all in agreement. It's usually the same types of people that are coming to her defense. But it's a lot of not just white people. It's a lot of private accounts. I don't entertain y'all private. Let me tell y'all right now in the chats. I'll tell y'all right now. Your account is on private. I don't give a shit about what you got to say, because you're dipping in and dipping out just to stir the pot. And half of the people online saying it's not a big deal, it don't mean nothing. You wouldn't go to work right now. Unprivate your account. Go to work tomorrow and go to the next black female co-worker that you have, if you have any, and call her a black bitch, and if it's not a big deal.
And then you have other things. It could also, again, simply be, it was an attempt to, I know they play characters, you know,
I honestly think it was just an attempt to be hip.
But again,
the sound is trending. She just used it. But she should have known the gravity of the history of a white person calling a black person I mean, throwing the word black in front of something derogatory anyway, it's historically known to be bad.
Be able to say, I now realize that was out of bounds of what I should be saying as a joke.
Yeah,
that's not.
And you know, you will probably see, if you haven't seen the online responses and stuff, you'll also see a bunch of those private accounts going, well, how come black people can call, I bet a black person can call her a white bitch. Like, yeah, because a black person doesn't have a history of that power dynamic over I mean, like I don't have time to break down the history of this shit. And black people online don't have the time to break down it. You know the history of this shit. Like just like my wife was trying to say, people know the history of this stuff, or at least they should. The thing is,
again, I know they're playing characters. You could have. TikTok allows a lot of shortening and clipping and doing things. You could have just as easily used the soundbite and cut the black part off.
That's interesting. You said that.
The punch and bitch only.
Yeah.
So then people would have been
somebody
like,
online
so
used that exact same point. You could have just used the point of impact, the bitch part, and that would have been fine. But again, she hasn't made a response. There's no. People are calling. A lot of people are calling for her to be fired. Like, it's not going to happen. Look, Jade. At the end of the day, Jade Cargill, the person that it was directed to, she didn't do anything wrong. She didn't ask for it. She didn't. And it's interesting that you say that. And it's kind of funny because it is kind of in her. Her character could be seen like that, but that's not the character that she's trying to portray. She's like a Beverly Hills, like a. I don't know what the type to call it, Legally Blonde type of character. Imagine Reese Witherspoon in Legally Blonde if she was, instead of being a lawyer, she was a wrestler. Kind of that type. And as a heel or a bad guy, you know, she's like you said, playing the character on her social media account and playing the part. Was the sound did the sound make sense? The soundbite that she used make sense? Yes. Could she have, if she'd have thought about it, had the foresight, wouldn't it have been better for her to, like you said, cut out the bitch part and just, I mean the black part and just use the bitch part? Would have made a whole lot more sense. It would have had the same exact, it would have given the effect that she was really aiming for.
Because there's been other, again, it wasn't wrestlers, just people using sound bites. I can't remember. It was a little song clip that was, a lot of ladies were using, that was like this. It was about like an ex-boyfriend, and they were using the N-word in the song. Yeah. But it was a funny, cute sound, and a lot of people were using it. And then some other people pointed out, you might want to maybe cut the N-word out of it if the white ladies are going to use it, because it doesn't make.
A lot of white girls will use it, but they just won't say it. They'll be blah 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 blah, and then blah 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 blah. You know, they'll just stop with their lips. And
then people did start cutting the sound bite out of there so that it wasn't being said.
I mean, hey, people are asking Triple H. At this point, Triple H hasn't made a response to it yet. He ain't gonna say nothing. Here's what I feel is gonna happen. Like I said in the chat, come on guys, let me know what you guys think. Come on, chime in. Here's my prediction. I said this on TikTok, and I'll say it again. They're not gonna say nothing. She's already deleted it. It's already gotten to the point where a bunch of her supporters are like, I don't believe it even happened. Like, you can erase it. Show me the proof. Well, she fucking deleted it. And if I show you a screenshot of it, how do I know that's not Photoshop? You know that make, like what does Chappelle say? That piss was that wasn't even me. I didn't pee on you. That piss was digital. So ain't gonna say nothing. He's on his I'm almost a billionaire, so I got to appeal to everybody's shit. So he's like, oh, I don't like Joe Biden no more and stuff, even though everybody's shit. So he's like, oh, I don't like Joe Biden no more and stuff, even though I endorsed him. So he ain't gonna say shit. Like everybody's on their let me protect the money shit. So nothing's gonna happen. The worst that's gonna happen is there's a tournament that's happening right now. There's a king and the queen of the ring. She is in the tournament. She's advancing in the tournament. This is what's going to happen. She's going to lose. Maybe she was always destined to lose, but she's definitely going to lose now. If she wins, goes to the next and fire it up again. Let her lose this one. She'll be a future champion. It's going to happen. The next one. I think that's what I feel like a lot of people feel like her punishment should be. Most the people who are like, she's not gonna get fired. Come on, guys. Should she get fired? Probably. Man, I don't. A lot of people have been fired for a lot less, but she's not gonna get fired. They haven't said anything but so that she's not gonna get fired. The punishment is she's not gonna win the Queen of the Ring, and maybe she was never going to win the Queen of the Ring, but they'll use that. Hey, she didn't win the Queen of the Ring, but 6 months from now, maybe a year from, she's gonna be a champion. And everybody's going to forget about this. And for all we know, like I always say, don't be more upset than the person it was targeted to. But it was all equally targeted to black people as a whole. Whether you feel like it or not, it was. We do have the right to feel a certain type of way about it. But Jade, if she reached out to Jade, and I don't need her to get on her platform and say, Jade forgave me, and Jade be like, yeah, I forgave. I don't care. I don't care if they come out. They don't have to. But if she went to Jade personally, privately, and they squashed it, that's good enough for me. And I don't need them to confirm that. I will believe that that's exactly what probably is likely. That's probably what's happening. That she's apologized, and maybe Jade has accepted her apology. I know some of the black girls in the locker room gonna keep a fucking eye on her. Apology accepted or not, that's just what's gonna happen. Look at this picture. She got cornrows and stuff. They gonna keep a fucking eye on her. But will they accept her apology? They probably already have. Guys, let us know what you guys think about this. Like I said, comment in the chat. Let us know your thoughts on it, and let's keep. Man, we still cool, right? Shit. No, we ain't cool. Till next time, guys. Peace. Thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a Patreon. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget the green